What is up, YouTube and all my fish keeping friends? How's it going out there in fish tank land? This is Joseph Harden from JH Aquatics, and of course today I'm doing my Sunday live stream. Let me check out the chat and see what's going on with everybody. I see Big Easy is in here, #1, first in the chat. Really didn't give anybody any warning on this live stream, so we'll see who shows up to it. Let's see. Real things for you, fish tanks. What's up? Welcome to the chat. 54 Punchy, Miss Punchy. How are you? Welcome to the stream. Daryl Dimmer. What's up? Maria, how are you? Alluring Betas. Good to see you in here. B. Randall the Sheep. Welcome to the chat. Oh boy, it's a long day for me today. Just been hustling, trying to catch up on some filming. It looks nice now, but this living room was completely torn apart about a half an hour ago. I had lights, cameras, microphone, wires and cords everywhere. Trying to clean up my paludarium as well. That's the video coming up here soon. Had to tear everything out of it. Lots of plants in there I had to cut out of that paludarium. It's good to see everybody hanging out. It's good to see you guys here in the chat. Just enjoying my Sunday. Happy to be back from Peru. Still kind of having dreams about that chicken that we ate that one night, and dreams of playing in the rivers and the creeks there. I'm definitely looking forward to going back probably next July, the same time next year, going back again. But I have to say, it's all about who you go with, that's for sure. So I know that Corey wants to do a trip and wants to make it over there, so it'd be nice to be on that trip with him. You know, it'd be nice to be on a trip with other like-minded hobbyists and fish collectors and breeders that really want to be there and whatnot. I could say that if you went there with the wrong group of people, it could probably be a really unpleasant experience, to say the least. So if any of you guys are interested in that this next year, this next season, catch up with the website Go Wild Peru. Michael Barber and Ian Fuller there at gowildperu.com. If you're interested in making your way to Peru, you know, we can put together a trip. I'd like to put together a trip myself, actually. If I could get 4 or 5 of you guys that really want to go, you can contact me and we can kind of put something together, and I can kind of help lead and guide that trip and that troop of fish collectors, and we can have some fun and collect some good stuff. Let's see. Let me check out the chat. Let's see what's going on with everybody. One Gal Show. Good to see you pop in here. Mountaintop Fish. Good to see you in here again. You know, I have a lot of new viewers as well, so it's really nice to see some new faces and new names here. Thank you guys for subscribing to my channel. I really appreciate it. I look forward to creating some really awesome content for you guys here in the near future. A big passion of mine in the hobby here is definitely Blackwater aquariums and brackish water aquariums, especially after my time in Peru, seeing the true natural habitats of some of these fish. It is not the most aesthetically pleasing of an aquarium, but I believe and I have faith, and I like the challenge of creating a Blackwater aquarium, creating an aquarium that is much closer to their natural environment, which is absent of a lot of plants, to be completely honest. But I think that there's a way to make it look good and a way to make it look aesthetically pleasing and enjoyable to watch and to observe. You know, see all my aquariums in the behind me. They're pretty green. There's lots of there's some algae in some of them, but there's also just lots of plants, very, very heavily planted tanks, and it's beautiful and all, but to be completely honest, for a lot of these South American fish, that is not what you're going to find when you see them in the wild. You know, more, Asian fish and things like that. Some of those biotopes definitely have a lot more greenery going on under the water surface, but not so much in South America. But they're beautiful in their own right, that's for sure. So yeah, I'm just relaxing today. I'm chilling out. If you saw in the description or the title of the chat or the stream today, I'm doing a little bit of a giveaway. If some of you might not have noticed, I've moved pretty quickly up here recently. before I went to Peru. I had about 4,000 subscribers. I think I actually broke 4,000 my first day while I was there. Dean Twiddell, which is a pretty well-known breeder in the hobby, lives up in Canada, and hangs out a lot with Corey McElroy, you know, at the Aquarium Co-op, some other people in that area, and he's a really awesome guy, really cool, really very knowledgeable breeder of fishes. And anyways, he ended up being, we're sitting around the couch hanging out, and he ended up being my 4,000th subscriber. So I owe him a t-shirt, that's for sure. But yeah, I kind of, I guess my point is I've been I just flew past 5,000 subscribers, 6,000 subscribers. I think I'm at 6,447 or something like that, which I'm really happy about. And you know, it's not all about the numbers, that's for sure. It's about doing what you love. But it is really nice to see that there's more people out there to view my content, because that's obviously why I make it, is to be able to share these experiences with you guys. So I gotta kind of do a little giveaway, you know. I got a 5,000 sub giveaway I flew right by, and a 6,000 sub giveaway I flew right by. So I wanted to do something, and I have an abundance of Pleco caves. I do not keep Plecos. I really don't have a really strong interest in them at this point in time. I think when I have a larger fish room, more room for, you know, 50 plus aquariums, and I will, you know, designate a few tanks to breeding some Plecoscomus or Ancestris and stuff like that, which there are really, they're pretty. I think there's some of them are very beautiful, and so that's not that I think they're ugly or something. I just, there's only so much that I can do with the space that I have available right now. So to try to keep it short and sweet, you know, I do receive the My Aquarium box every month, which is a really cool subscription box. If most of you, you know, if some of you don't know about it, it's a monthly box that you can receive. It's kind of like getting a Christmas present every month in the mail. You don't know what's in it. It's all kinds of little goodies in it. I do actually have a discount code if you're interested in that. It is, let me go ahead and try to type it in real quick. It's, let's see, code. It is, that's the code there. It's MABJH. If you go to My Aquarium box and you enter that code in, that discount code MABJH, My Aquarium box, Joseph Harden, you can receive, I think it's $5 off your first subscription. They do a saltwater box, they do a freshwater box, and they do a hardscape. They also have a lot of different fish food that's branded by them as well, and they have other brands of products that they do have available. But what I'm getting at is I get a lot of Pleco caves. At least every other month, there's some kind of cool Pleco cave. So I'm sitting here. I've got this one. It's pretty cool. It's like a terracotta, I believe. I've got this one. It's made out of a different kind of clay, ceramic. I have a triangle one. That was pretty crazy. I have a good old-fashioned piece of bamboo Pleco cave, which definitely works. I think you probably want to boil this to get this to sink. And then I have a cute little brick Pleco cave. It's pretty nice. So I have all these Pleco caves, and I'm not using them. And one of the things that I do enjoy about the My Aquarium box is that I do get stuff that I cannot use, and it's a way for me to give back to other fish keepers, share it with my friends, pass something on. Someone has cichlids. If I get cichlid food, I can pass the cichlid food off to somebody else that has that fish, or say like all these Pleco caves that I have. So my goal is if you can leave a comment after this video is over, after this live stream is over, if you go ahead and put a comment below on the bottom of this video when it's turned into a video, and next Sunday I'm going to go ahead and go do that deal with the website and have it randomly pick one of the comments from this live stream, and that will be the winner of a Pleco cave along with one of my JH Aquatics t-shirts. I'll throw some stickers in there, and if you're into some Blackwater aquariums, you have betas or something like that, I can also throw in a nice little selection of thoughtfully curated West Indian almond leaves, which I collect here locally. So I can put together a little box for you that way. So that's the giveaway that I'm looking at right now. And there will be a full description of this in detail because that's kind of how the law works with doing giveaways on YouTube's platform. Next weekend in the description, I will have a full detail as to the full value of this giveaway, all the things included into it, and all the little technical things that you got to have going on there in order to be able to do a giveaway, blah, 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 all the fine print, so to speak. So if you're interested in any of these Pleco caves, and I'll give you, I'm only giving one of the Pleco caves in this giveaway, along with a t-shirt, stickers, and West Indian almond leaves. But I will let you pick which one of these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Pleco caves that I have available right now. You can pick from them. So that'll work maybe for you if you're into that. If you have Plecos or are looking to acquire some Plecos and need a little home or a little breeding place for them. So that's cool. Yeah, Jadron Aquatics, what's up? Welcome to the chat. It's good to see you. That is the printer of my stickers. I actually have 3 different stickers available, so I'll throw in like 2 of each in there in that package in that giveaway. What's up, Joel? It's good to see you here. Holding down the fort there while Senor Corey is in the is doing his thing over at Aquashella, and we also got I hope that Jimmy is okay. Just not to get too far off subject. I saw a post that he put on Instagram. I don't know if he was just going over something that happened in the past. It showed him in a hospital bed with an IV, and I'm hoping that's not anything recent or just happened because he should be, if not in Hawaii, on his way to Hawaii for vacation. I hope everything's okay with him. Oh, right, and you're in Alaska. That's right. Everybody's kind of traveling. That's right. You're in Alaska. Jimmy should be in Hawaii, and Corey should be is in Chicago at Aquashella. So it's vacation time. Vacation time. Everybody deserves a little bit of a break. And I do like that picture. That's true. I should have known that. I did see that post you did, Joel, of that image, that sunset that you took. That was a beautiful sunset or sunrise. I'm not sure what it was for sure. Let's see. Jimmy was released. He doesn't leave for Hawaii until next Friday. Okay, so he was released. So he was in the hospital. That's crazy. I thought he was leaving on the 18th or the 19th for Hawaii. I had the dates wrong, I guess. He invited me to come with him to Hawaii. I totally wanted to do it, but I just got back from Peru, and I got to work a little bit. I got to make some money, so I had to I had to say no to that. Plus, I think the plane ticket. I even looked at tickets to go to Hawaii, and it was over $2,000 for the ticket round trip, not including any of the expenses I would be dealing with while to go and whatnot. So I just had to say no. I got to keep working, and Aquatic Experience is right around the corner. And Daryl Dimmer in the chat right now. That's going to be my my roomie for the Aquatic Experience. I'm checking up with him. We're sharing a hotel room for those 4 nights. So that is going to be fun. Gonna have a couple of nights to go out and enjoy some nice dinners with the whole gang, with the whole #FishFam. I was talking to some people yesterday in a live stream, and I think it's a smart move if we kind of all coordinate together this time around and kind of locate a proper restaurant that actually has a space for us, maybe even like a party room that we could reserve, and then we can go ahead and kind of have our own space to make a lot of noise. And maybe even people get up and speak. We could talk, we could hang out, kind of make it more like a little fish club kind of experience or something like that. I think that would be pretty cool. So we'll see how that goes. But there's got to be a nice restaurant or two that we don't have to just surprise them, because I think we scared a couple of those restaurants. At least the second night we went to that steakhouse, they were not expecting 40+ YouTubers to barge in and want dinner. I think we tipped those guys pretty well, though. I think those servers got a good tip that night. Let's see. Yeah, it's really expensive. I think it's really expensive for anybody. I think it was like $2,300 round trip or something. And if I didn't already pay $1,500 to go to Peru for a plane ticket, on top of all the money for the expedition and then travel expenses and tipping everybody out and all that good stuff, I would have had the money put away and the extras play money to do that. And we'll see how it goes. There's other fun stuff to do, but I really like the idea. Jimmy, what's up? Welcome to the chat. Yeah, I really like the idea of like getting out. I love being out in nature, obviously, based on watching some of my content. It's just the way I was raised, in the woods, in the bush, in the jungle, and it's totally my element. That's why I had so much fun while I was in Peru, and to go hang out in Hawaii and get to go see some ornamental fish farms and to meet some YouTubers that I talk to regularly on the platform. It'd be really cool. So eventually in the future, that'd be a fun thing to do. I might have to make my way to Hawaii no matter what at one point. Let's see. Any tips? These are tips from me, JHA. Any tips for getting rid of duckweed? There's two things that I like to do. Net it out. Net it out and keep netting it out. And the other thing that I've been told by many people is to create a very moist, a very wet, that's a bad word for most people, moist, a very wet environment for the duckweed. Lucas Bretz has a method of spraying the top of the duckweed with water, and it tends to make the duckweed die. It's kind of suffocates the duckweed. So he just sprays water on a daily basis onto the surface of the water, wetting the surface of the duckweed, and that will kill the duckweed. So that's really the only thing that I know to get rid of duckweed. It's kind of one of them things that like you think it's gone, and you can go months maybe, and like you don't think you have any duckweed, and all of a sudden you do. Another thing that I think helps keep from duckweed occurring is having a nice flow on the surface of the water. If you continuously have a really nice flow on the surface of the water, it's going to kind of inhibit its growth a lot. I've noticed that is the best way to keep it from like going nuts. I think another thing is just not letting it get out of hand. Not letting it get out of hand. Have a private party? Yeah, Joel, why not? I mean, not in a hotel room, but I feel like one of the nights we could definitely find a restaurant that does have a party room available, that does have an actual rentable space, like a dining hall that's separate from the rest of the restaurant. We could rent that out or at least reserve it, knowing that we're going to spend a good chunk of money. There's going to be at least 40 plus people that, like, compared to what we did last year, there's got to be more this year because we've been talking about it too much. So you'd think that we could probably find a restaurant that has good food, good choices for everyone, and has a room that we can use like that. I'm sure if we just take a little time and look around, we'll find something close to the convention hall there. It'd probably be an Italian restaurant, seeing how it's New Jersey. Not to be stereotypical or anything, but there's a lot of Italian restaurants in New Jersey. A lot of Italians in New Jersey. Anyways, I'll get off of that subject. Alluring betas. Yeah, get a goldfish. That's another way to get rid of duckweed. Get a goldfish in that tank. Yeah, Hawaii is a beautiful place. It's got there's just stuff that you're not going to find anywhere else. It's definitely very unique, and I look forward to having an opportunity to checking that place out eventually. And there's a lot of people in the fish keeping community here on the platform that live there. You know, I've made a few friends over the platform in Hawaii, so I definitely have people to go hang out with, some fish rooms to tour. That would be fun. And it was Mad Fish Diva. She has a really good friend that lives there in New Jersey, and she told me that she was going to take a moment, talk to that person, see if they could recommend any restaurants that actually have a kind of a facility like that have a room that they rent for like weddings or birthday parties and stuff like that. Because I think that would make it a little bit more fun for us, and we wouldn't be bothering anybody else. We could actually maybe make a little bit of noise and be goofy, and not worry about disturbing the rest of the restaurant. let's see, maybe even be able to pull out cameras or something. But it's also a nice time to just hang out and get to know people without a bunch of cameras. I know that I didn't pull my camera out any of those nights when we were out eating. It was a time to just relax, turn the cameras off, and just get to know people for who they are. Let's see. What island would I want to go to? I have no idea. I have to do a little bit more research on the Hawaiian Islands before I could answer that question, Maria. So I really don't have a subject today. I really prefer to have a subject, to stick to something to talk about, things to go over, something to discuss with you guys. It's really how I like to I prefer to do it. Next weekend, I really like to do some stuff with my microscope again. I really enjoyed messing around with it. The one time that I did a live stream with my microscope, I don't want it to be too boring, but so I'm going to try to find some really intriguing content in regard, in the microscopic world of our aquariums to go over, so they can play around with that microscope a little bit and give you guys a glimpse of the microscopic world of some of these the ecosystems within our aquariums. Like I said, once again, I don't want it to be too dry or boring, so we'll see how much of that I do during the stream. But I'd like to just give you a little bit of something. It's always fun to me. I think it's really awesome to see that microscopic that world part of our aquarium that is so fundamental and so important to the sustainability of these little test tube like ecospheres that we're creating, these little ecosystems and biotopes that we're creating. It is the base, the foundation for keeping these things stable, all of the little protozoa and all those little microorganisms and whatnot. So next weekend, I definitely look forward to doing that. I'm also going to go ahead and pick the winner from the comments. If some of you are just getting in here, what's up, Ashley Claire? Good to see you. Welcome to the chat. Fabian, KG Cichlids, welcome to the chat. Honeybee, it's good to see you in here as well. So I have all these Pleco caves, which I have received in my aquarium box, my subscription box that I get monthly. And I have like 5 different Pleco caves, and I don't have Plecos, and I don't really have a plan for them or a tank for Plecoscomus right now or anytime in the future. So I'd like to pay it forward and pass these on to some of you that use them. I think it's an awesome way to use some of the things that you get out of the My Aquarium box that you're not actually going to use yourself. That's one of the things that I love about it. So if you leave a comment in the comments for this live stream, you leave a comment in there. Next Sunday, I'm going to go ahead and do a select randomly through one of them random selection websites, blah, blah, blah. I will have a full description and details to the giveaway as well in the description of next Sunday's live stream, just for legality purposes and everything. But you can leave a comment after this live stream is over in the comments below. I will pick one randomly next weekend, and I will give away, I will let you pick from one of the 5 Pleco caves that I have here available. Well, then you will also get one of my JH Aquatics t-shirts, some stickers. I have 3 different sticker designs that I will throw in there, as well as some thoughtfully curated West Indian almond leaves that I collect here locally from the island here of St. John. And really, the whole point of doing the giveaway is not just to pay it forward. I appreciate a lot of my my viewers and my Patreons and whatnot that have supported me, and I want to pay it forward for that reason as well. But I've just blown by 5,000 subs and 6,000 subs, so it means a lot to me. All the new viewers that I have, and everybody likes to do their giveaway when they've reached a some point, some goal, and I've just flown by so quickly that I haven't even had a chance to even think about doing anything like that. And it's my time to do a little giveaway for you guys and pay it forward. Daryl Dimmer, thank you so much. I really appreciate that $10 super chat. That's awesome. Thank you so much. Priscilla, how are you? Welcome to the chat. I know the whole family is up in here. Priscilla, everybody. The whole hashtag family. Yeah, and Candy Overhauls, what's up? How are you? It's nice to see you in here, and I appreciate you posting the Teespring link there. It should be, I got to double check on that, but that should be a reoccurring, obviously it should be there. It's a reoccurring campaign that I have set up there for my aquarium box. I'm sorry, for my Teespring t-shirts. I do have the JH Aquatics t-shirt. I also have the hashtag FishFam News t-shirt, which seems to be a little bit of a sore subject for some people. I will get at that in more detail eventually. Obviously, I was in Peru, so I didn't do the hashtag FishFam News while I was in Peru. And I've honestly taken a little bit of a break off from it because I'd like to restructure it. I want it to be a little bit more enjoyable for more people. Honestly, the hashtag FishFam is a small community compared to the whole fish keeping niche, the whole on the platform here and in the world. And I don't want to disclude. I don't want to keep anybody out of it. I don't want to alienate anybody by just calling it the hashtag FishFam News. So I'm looking forward to changing the name of it and really kicking it up with a lot more content, providing some more information for you guys about other subject matter regarding to the aquarium fish keeping hobby. So definitely keep your eye out for that. It is coming in the future here. I will be doing it again. I just want to make it much better than it was. I was actually getting a little bored with it. I felt like I was getting a little dry, and I was just too much of the same thing. It was just kind of getting boring, and I felt like it was probably getting boring to watch to a certain extent. It wasn't horrible, but I feel like there's so much more that I can offer in a piece of content like that. Let's see. Any questions from anybody? Because I'm just kind of chilling today. Like I said, there's not really an actual subject matter. Priscilla MK Arts, thank you so much for that $20 super chat. That's incredible. That means so much to me. You've already done so much to help me. And I saw that you did purchase one of my T-shirts, which is it's awesome. But I was planning on sending you a shirt anyways for some of the awesome things that you've done for me recently. I wanted to send you a T-shirt anyways. It was on my list. I plan on ordering like 5 or 6 T-shirts from the Teespring campaign myself, so that I have them to give them back out to people. So you were going to get one of those anyways. So now that you already purchased one, so I'm going to go ahead and I got to figure out something else to do. But I know you do know that I have new bags coming in, fish bags coming in. And when those do come in, I will be sending you some of my yellow King Kong Caridina shrimp, which I had promised you. I will also be sending you some catappa leaves, which you can use in some of those aquariums. Probably the yellow King Kong tank. They really do enjoy just devouring those West Indian almond leaves. And then I do have some hardscape and stuff that you had asked me to find you some piece of driftwood and some rocks. I asked you, what do you want from Peru? You said, I want rocks. So they're surprised. They're hidden here in this little baggie. But I have a few different rocks that came from the waterfalls, which is in the first video of my series on the fish collecting expedition. And then I do have this cute little piece of curly, looks like a pig's tail, piece of driftwood, which I collected, and I thought you would enjoy in one of your aquariums. So those are coming your way, along with the shrimp and some catappa leaves. And I can send that out pretty much anytime because you already bought the T-shirt, so I don't have to wait for the T-shirts to come in. Greg Jones, welcome to chat. It's good to see you. Greg Jones is the owner, founder, and works his butt off on my aquarium box, which we have right here. I did mention to you guys before, I do have the product code or the discount code for my aquarium box, which is MABJH. It gives you $5 off your first My Aquarium box. And I do want to keep in mind, it's an awesome thing. They do have a saltwater box, and they have different options for you. Water Wizard, what's up? Welcome to the chat. I think I already said it, but Jeff Rose Fish Keeping, is good to see you in here as well. Rack from Rivers Life, you're one of the most positive souls that I know. It's awesome to see you in here. I really appreciate you taking the time to come and hang out. So Greg Jones, just letting you know, you put some really awesome stuff in that My Aquarium box, and one of those really cool things that a lot of people have a hard time finding quality ones is the Pleco caves. There's a lot of really cool, unique, and very quality made Pleco caves that you put into the My Aquarium box, which I really do enjoy. I think they're really awesome, but I don't really keep Plecostomus, and I don't really have a place to put these. So what I'm doing today, as you can see in the title of my live stream, I'm giving one of these away. I'm gonna give them all away. But the next Sunday, I will be picking from the comments randomly, find a winner for, and they get to pick from one of the 5 Pleco caves that I do have available here for them to choose from. Along with, they'll get a T-shirt as well, and some stickers, and some West Indian almond leaves. So, yeah, that's happening. So just so you know, that's kind of what I try to teach people to do that as well. That, you get that My Aquarium box. There might be something in there that you're really not totally into yourself. It doesn't work for the fish that you keep. Sometimes I get cichlid food, things like that. So I pass that stuff on to other friends of mine in the hobby that will definitely utilize that stuff. So that's the cool thing about it. You get a lot of cool things in there, but it also gives you some cool stuff that you can, it gives you an opportunity to have a gift to pass on to somebody else. Let's see. Looking for questions. Oh, I wasn't talking KG cichlids. I'm sure you weren't talking to me because I don't have any Plecostomus. Water Wizard, you asked me when are the fish coming from Peru. We're still working on that. There was a little bit of technical difficulty in regards to that, the delivery of those fish. So we're still going through it. All the information is not completely available at this point, so I don't want to get into details on that. But we'll see what goes on with that. There definitely will be. I definitely will have a box coming eventually. The key is just making sure that the fish are safe and healthy and happy throughout the whole experience, and that they have their time to recuperate and things like that. So I have been working with some of the partners of Go Wild Peru, and we're dealing with that at this point in time. So I'm just kind of like taking it easy. I really don't have anything to say about that yet. I'm just waiting to see how everything falls into place. But I do look forward to doing an unboxing for you guys with some of those fishes that we did collect while we were in Peru. Corey Boy Aquatics. Yeah, I just mentioned the Fish Fam, the hashtag Fish Fam News. I am definitely in the process of restructuring it. I've taken the time to take a step back, look at it, analyze the whole process, how I'm doing it, and then move forward with the hashtag Fish Fam News. With the goal of creating a piece of content that is that's fit for everyone, and would be more enjoyable for a larger portion of the community, of the fish keeping community. Any bags with my logo? I could totally set that up on the. There's some cool things that I've been thinking about doing. At this point, it's just been the 2 T-shirts, but I have been looking into a couple other products. A bag would be a cool idea, probably. That would be a cool idea, especially if someone mentions it, like you just did there. That definitely could be something that I might be interested in making and putting onto my Teespring store, I guess you might call it. The tanks behind me, those are 20-gallon aquariums. Bill Kinney. Keep in mind, I live here in the U.S. Virgin Islands and the Caribbean, and it is a little bit of a struggle for me. Any of the larger tanks that you see behind me were used and purchased used from people that were done with their aquariums. It is pretty hard to get aquariums here. There's only one fish store where I can actually get aquariums at a reasonable price. So those 4 20-gallon aquariums behind me on that rack, I purchased off of Amazon.com for a very high price compared to what you guys would pay for them in the States. I paid over $100 a piece for those 20-gallon aquariums, and I just had to bite the bullet. I love the hobby enough to just do what I got to do sometimes to get what I want. So yeah, those are 20-gallon aquariums. It's a 55 on top. The 55 on top is a brackish water aquarium with a reasonably high level of salinity. There is a brackish water snowflake moray eel in that aquarium. I do have some guppies hanging out up in there that are kind of food food for the he gets hungry if I haven't fed him in a few days. Yeah, well, it's nice that they look bigger than they are, but and then right behind me over my shoulder there is a 29-gallon bow-faced aquarium, which I got used. On the top there on that rack, that is a 55-gallon hex-faced aquarium, which had some scratches on the front face. And I also didn't like the fact that it was a hex-faced aquarium. I didn't like those seams being there in your face when you're trying to like create an aquascape or something aesthetically pleasing. I didn't want those two seams there for the two sides of the hex. So I spun the tank around. So you're actually looking at, this is the backside of that aquarium naturally. But I prefer that flush face to look into the tank without any, anything in your way there. So it's actually spun around as kind of like retrofitted, spun around backwards with the three back faces, the three back panes of glass are covered with cardboard painted in black. Let's see. Right, better off making my own aquariums, which I have definitely thought about, but at the same time, the reality is, who has a lot of time to be doing that? If I had a workshop and I had a glass cutting table, my father was a professional glass cutter, so I know how to do it properly, and I know how I'd want to set up my environment to cut large pieces of glass properly, and I'd want a very large flat table with like high traffic carpet, tightly stapled down over the surface. And then I would want a professional, expensive German-made glass cutter. I'd want some of those big suction cups, at least one or two of those big suction cups, so that I can move large pieces of glass. I'd want the proper glass cutting gloves. Like, I would want to do it properly, since I know how to do it properly and was taught by my father how to do it properly. If I had a workshop, they had the space available to do that. And then another, then you want a secondary table where you could put the pieces of glass together and let them sit there to dry, let the silicone dry and stuff like that. Pretty much want a facility. You'd want a full-size workshop to create some aquariums like that, and to do it properly and safely, so you don't get hurt. How many tanks do I have now, Priscilla? I have 5 there on that rack, 5 there in that rack, 6, 7 aquariums in the living room. In the kitchen, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 aquariums in the kitchen. So 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I have 12 aquariums running right now. 13, 14, 15. And I have 16 aquariums altogether. 14 of them, no, 16 aquariums altogether, 12 of them running right now. So that's where I'm at right now. Now I have 3 more 10-gallon aquariums. I have to make 4 that are in the kitchen altogether that I'm in the process of building a rack for them, and that'll be a video as well, just a little DIY video on building that rack for those 4 10-gallon aquariums, which are for a shrimp breeding program that I'm doing with the Blue Bolt Caridina shrimp, which I've kind of got hooked on shrimp just a little bit. How many different types of shrimp do I have right now? I have 3 different types of shrimp technically, but I actually have more than that if I were to separate out some of the genetics. So I do have my red Neocaridina shrimp, my red Neocaridina shrimp in there. I also, in the bow face tank, I have some red Neocaridina shrimp in there. And that top tank, I can't get it right. That tank right there, I have yellow King Kongs. I have a lot of yellow King Kongs in there, and that's an interesting story why the water is cloudy. It is not a bacteria bloom at this point. It is the snails. The yellow King Kongs, technically the Caridina shrimp are closer to a wild type shrimp, and they're actually a lot more aggressive than the Neocaridina shrimp. I've noticed them; they'll fight with each other. They will definitely fight over food. Not like the Neocaridina shrimp. anyways, so these yellow King Kongs have been killing the snails. They have been killing the snails. They have depleted the snail population that was in there down to like a quarter of what it to like 1/4 of what it was. So I'm just letting them do their thing. The snail population is like almost completely wiped out, and I have noticed, I've literally watched them attacking snails and just picking at them until they're dead, and then they eat the snail right out of its shell. I have about 800, maybe 800, 1,000 shrimp in that tank. So that's one reason why I'm trying to get some off to Priscilla. I've done all kinds of tests on that water. There might be some kind of a bacteria bloom, but I've been doing plenty of water changes. I have a UV light in there. Not crazy amount of water changes, but I've been doing regularly like 10% water changes every 2 or 3 days just to keep some flow going in there, you know, to keep it circulating a little bit. But the snails, I feel like I'm waiting to see what happens here. The snails are almost completely gone in that aquarium. They even ate some assassin snails. I put some assassin snails in there to eat the other cone snails and to lower the population. And I literally have watched them attack assassin snails and torture them until they finally just run out of energy and they get in past that little hard shell that assassin snails have that kind of block their opening. And I've literally watched them just completely devour assassin snails right in the front of the tank there. So I don't know. Those yellow King Kongs are pretty aggressive shrimp. Notice the blue bolts are the same way. I've seen my blue bolts just kind of like fight each other for shrimp food, like go at each other, like chase each other down and scare each other away from the food. They have overly caffeinated people that need extra work. I'm overly caffeinated, but I don't need any extra work. Let me scroll back up here. Pleco Whisper, do I order from you? How do I order from you? Oh, I don't know. Yeah, check with Big Easy there. I'm scrolling back up to catch up with any questions. Asking, KJ Cichlids ever watch Castaway? Okay. Yeah, if you do have any questions for me, please keep in mind, put a question mark at the end of it, because when I scroll through here, when I scroll through the chat, I'm really keeping an eye out for those question marks. And sometimes I do miss some stuff because I'm kind of going for the question marks. I'm going for the questions first and foremost when I scroll through the chat. I really don't like to be someone to just go through and recite everybody's comments in chat. I think we can all sit here and read those comments, so I don't need to recite them all. Long nose, bristle nose, long fin bristle nose Plecos. That sounds like a really awesome Pleco. I don't know where to find those right now. Eric Bodrock, maybe. Eric Bodrock. And I'm trying. I think it's All Oddball Aquatics is the name of his website or the name of his business. All Oddball Aquatics. That's Eric Bodrock, and he's pretty well known breeder of Plecoscomus and other catfish and things like that. Corridors. Let's see. Just reading the chat here for a minute. No McDonald's. Wait, hey, man, now I feel bad, JH. No McDonald's. No, we don't have anything like that here. Yeah, there is a McDonald's on the big island of St. Thomas, but I'll be honest with you, I've cooked a lot of my own food, and I've been away from fast food for so long. Fast food like McDonald's makes me sick. Like it physically makes me ill. I'm just not used to that kind of food anymore. I prefer to cook fresh food at home, and I've been completely almost cutting out carbohydrates from my diet just because they're just a bunch of fats and sugars in the end. They just go right to your gut, especially once you get over 30 years of age. But yeah, I've been trying to keep my dinner plates 2/3 vegetables, 1/3 protein, and then even a salad before to start. But yeah, the fast food doesn't really cut it for me anymore. I tried a little bit of it when I was in the airport on the way back from Peru and on the way to Peru, and it just makes me nauseous. Like I can try, like taste bud wise, it tastes good going down, but when it hits my stomach, my stomach doesn't like all those different hydrogenated vegetable oils and weird crazy stuff that they put in there, all those preservatives and the um, whatever they are. I can't think of the name of them. Maltodextrin and stuff like that. Maltodextrin actually makes me sick to my stomach. I think I'm like allergic to it. Let's see. Oh yeah, Priscilla, Michael Trevino, right? He has plenty available, doesn't he? Ashley Claire, you're being funny. Let's see. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to be quiet here, but I'm just trying to check out this chat and see what people have got going on here, what people are talking about, and if there is any questions for me. If Filter Media, if you welcome to the chat, by the way, if you and Liberty Cichlids as well, welcome to the chat. Jeff Allen, good to see you here. Andy's Angel, I just commented on one of your questions, but it's nice to see you up in the chat as well. David Betancourt, the founder of #FishFam. Good to see you. It's been a while. Haven't seen you do any live streams lately. Good to see you here as well. Hope you're doing well. Let's see if Filter Media, if that question was to me in regards to any advice for people interested in moving here to the U.S. Virgin Islands. Be prepared for life to be completely different. Be prepared for everything to be 3 times as expensive as it is in the States. And be prepared for things to take 3 times as long as they would take for you to do them in the States. Be prepared for lots of mosquitoes. It's really hot, humid, sticky, muggy, and everything's expensive. Electricity is 10 times as expensive as what you'd pay in the United States. I don't know. I could really talk you out of it really easily. It's a tough environment, and you have to really want to be here to endure all of the compromises and the sacrifices that you have to make to live in paradise. And, it's the old-fashioned saying, quote, it's the price you pay for living in paradise, and it truly is. There is a price that you pay for living in paradise. I think it'd be a lot different, like living in a place like Hawaii, where you actually have like real grocery stores and you have, a lot more stuff going on. Big cities. It's not like that here. It's pretty old-fashioned and pretty simple and pretty rugged and rough. And what you'd pay for a little hole-in-the-wall, nasty little apartment is you get something a lot better in even Manhattan. So yeah, just keep in mind, guys, if you guys do have Plecos, if you're interested in any of these Pleco caves, please go ahead and take a look. Well, go ahead and leave a comment in the comment section of this live stream. And then next weekend, I will be doing a random selection of one of those comments. I just want it to be one comment at this point. One winner of the giveaway at this point. I will be, because I kind of want to do some other stuff in the future, incorporate some other things. But you can pick from one of these 5 Pleco caves, and then I will go ahead and well, shoot. Let me go ahead. I could change the rules. I'll make it 2 of these Pleco caves just to help me get rid of them a little bit faster, because I got other things I can do. I don't want to get bored with trying to give away Pleco caves, and that would just get boring. So change the rules, because I haven't written them yet. 2 Pleco caves. You can pick from 2 out of the 5 Pleco caves that I have here. And I will send those because I can still fit 2 of these Pleco caves in a flat rate box with a t-shirt and some almond leaves and stickers for sure. So you can pick from 2 of the 5 Pleco caves. You get a t-shirt with that, and you also get a collection of my stickers. And if I still have a little room in there, I will throw in some West Indian almond leaves that I collect and curate here in the Virgin Islands myself. No Best Buy here, that is for sure. There is a Cost You Less, a Price Mart, and a Kmart. We have the most successful Kmart in the whole of the United States. I think it's like one of the only Kmart's left in the world is here in the St. Thomas, U.S. Virgin Islands. But because we don't have any competition, we don't have Walmart here, and so the Kmart is pretty successful here. A Radio Shack, as far as I know, I guess it exists somewhere in the world, but we had a Radio Shack here and it closed down last year. And I went in there on one of their last days and bought a bunch of crazy stuff for dirt cheap when it was all being discounted and they were totally clearing the place out. Just switching it up. I need some more, less Red Bull, more fluids. No Toys R Us. No, we don't have anything here. It's an island. It's an island. It is an island. It's simple, especially the island I live on. There's nothing going on here. Any of those kind of anything that's big, any of those chain stores of any kind, they're all going to be on the big island of St. Thomas. Oh, please don't all come to. Well, if you come to St. Thomas, you won't find me because I don't live there. But don't all come knocking at my door. Thankfully, I have multiple doors to get to me, and I have security cameras. So, oh, I have put in place measures to protect myself. Trunk Bay. I do not go to Trunk Bay because you have to pay to get into Trunk Bay, and I didn't move here to pay to go to the beach. Let's see. Everyone at the same time with sleeping bags. Yeah, nice, Priscilla. We have a slumber party right here in the living room, right here underneath all the aquariums. Sounds like a party to me. River Life always save me a seat. Yeah. All right, Rack. KG Cichlid. All right, everybody's getting funny now. Everybody's pulling out the jokes now. Ron, was it difficult having two YouTubers in Peru? Well, technically we had four YouTubers technically. We had three of the four are content creators, like on real content creators, and then the two of us, Corey and I, are probably the only two of us that were actually really pushing, like as a business model with the platform. But you asked, was it difficult having two YouTubers in Peru? Did you have to draw straws on who got to film? No, we didn't draw straws at all. We really just did our own thing. We were pretty respectful of each other. We could see if the other person was filming. If anything, we had a lot of fun. Me and Corey, a lot of joking. There was a lot of, we laughed a lot. We all did. We all had a ball. Me, Dean, Corey, Dwayne, all of us and I, we all had a good time. But I think if you're a responsible, like respectful adult in that situation, you could see if Corey was filming something, I would stay out of the shot if it seemed like he was trying to get a shot of something else, not us as the group. If he was speaking and he was talking on, if he was talking towards his camera while he was filming, I keep my mouth shut and not cut his stuff off while he's trying to talk about something. And he did the same for me. It was pretty time that I've been around a lot of other YouTubers and we were all filming. Just kind of respect each other's space. And we both know that we could, that's the cool thing about art. You could have 4 or 5 people all filming the same content at the same time, the same day, in the same little 10-foot by 10-foot space. And everybody's content is going to come out different because everybody has a different style. and level of experience in regards to how they film and how they edit their content and put it out. So knowing that, we both know that no matter what we did, we were gonna both have different stuff. It was gonna come out differently. It was gonna we had a different style, you know. So I don't think there wasn't a problem at all. Wasn't a problem at all. If, you know, I'm appreciating these questions. It's nice to get some questions, so I don't feel like I'm just rambling on today. Because today was totally like this weekend has been kind of a little bit of a lazy weekend for me. I did film a little bit this morning, but besides that, I'm just kind of like taking it easy. I did clean a little bit of my fish tanks, did a couple of water changes, but nothing too crazy. And after this stream today, I plan on really just taking it easy. I might edit a little bit of my next video on Peru. Let's see, Rack River Life. Take care. It's good to see you in here. I appreciate you stopping by. You have a wonderful Sunday. Enjoy your day. I still do look forward to doing a collaboration with you. I just really enjoy your positive energy, and it'd be awesome to do a little live stream, maybe Google Hangouts one day. And we can just shoot the stuff and talk about life and good stuff like that. That'd be fun. Yeah, definitely River Life. Let's see. Any other crazy questions? I'm hanging here. I'm getting close to my 1 hour mark. I really don't want to get nuts and go over it too far, especially if I'm not like we're not really deep in anything. Definitely go ahead and just cut it, and we can all just enjoy our Sunday. I did enjoy Dee's stream earlier today. That was nice to have that go on. I didn't see her pop into here. She's probably taking a rest after doing her stream. Oh, KG cichlids. Yeah, I guess in some of these videos we've seen that in one of those places. Now we saw those freshwater sponges in a lot of different places. KG cichlids. We did, but the first spot that we went to, yeah, there was actually a little calm stream. Like when you went to the bathroom, you went to the outhouse. It was a very rustic outhouse, and I think it was shown in Corey's one of his videos. So the stream just runs right underneath the outhouse. So you go to the bathroom in the stream, basically through a hole in the wood floor there, and it drops right into the stream, and the stream washes it down. So after we had our lunch that day, we were planning on going to go look at these freshwater sponges. And as we're hiking down this hillside, we realized that the stream that we're going to go look at these freshwater sponges in is the same stream that we all defecated in, which that's probably gonna get me demonetized, right? That we all did our deal in. And so nobody wanted to put their hands in the stream at all or do anything like that. Like literally Felix took a stick because there was a piece of garbage in the stream and I wanted it out of the shot that I was taking of those sponges. And so he just used a stick to get the piece of garbage. It was like a candy wrapper or something, and he wanted to get it out of the way, but no one put their hands in that stream for sure. But I don't think it affected it in a negative way. If anything, that waste probably was food for those sponges. They pretty much act as a filter for the water, anyways. It probably gives them a reason to be there. Honeybee. I do have a quarantine tank. It's down here in the bottom. View. That tank right there has no fish in it right now. That is the quarantine tank / the holding tank, whatnot, for the fish that I have planned to arrive for me. Filter Media, thank you so much. I appreciate that super chat. 1 second, let me read that. Let me finish up with Honeybee real quick. So I do have a quarantine tank. That's it. It's set up, ready to go. It was, it's been cycled. It's been set up for months now. I set it up about 2 weeks before I left. Oh, Swisky Vision is doing a live stream. There I go. I'm gonna lose everybody right there, but I'm gonna have to go over there and check that out too because it's Jimmy, man, which is perfect timing because it's about 3:30 now for me. But yeah, I have the quarantine tank. We'll see what happens. We're waiting to see what's going on with the fish. I know that there has been some of the fish that did not make it at this point, but they need to take some time to quarantine and see what heals and makes it through it. But we had a couple of difficulties with that, technical difficulties with some things. But we're waiting for all the information to come together before anybody makes an issue about the whole situation. So I do have fish coming, though. I have planned to have a little box still coming. So we'll see about that. And I will be doing an unboxing video of that here in the future eventually. Filter Media just did a $10 super chat. Let's see. What fish do I not have that I'd really like to keep? Thank you for saying that about the stream. I really appreciate it. Let's see. What fish do I not have that I really like to keep? Honestly, right now it is the Amica splendids because they are on the CARES list. They are protected endangered species. They are a live bear. So that's kind of a realistic fish for me to keep and breed in a colony with the traveling that I do when I'm going to different conventions and going on these different fish collecting trips and things like that. There's a lot of other fish that I'd like to breed that I just can't get away with breeding because they need and deserve a lot more attention. And with the traveling that I do get myself involved with, kind of makes it hard for me to breed some things. But that is definitely a fish that's on my list right now, on the top of my list that I would really like to have in my fish room, in my collection, that I'd really like to breed and have available for other people in the hobby as well. That's kind of the idea, is keep that fish going, keep it alive, keep a population of that available to share, or and pass on to other people in the hobby that would definitely create their own population, so that we can keep that alive within the hobby, and that nobody else has to go out into the wild to collect these fish anymore. But thank you so much for that super chat. I really do appreciate that. Let's see. So yeah, thank you. I appreciate that. No, it's a really cool fish. I think they're really pretty as well, and I like the fact that they are a live bear. They're kind of more of a unique live bear. They're somewhat more of a nano fish as well, so they kind of really fit into the criteria of what I'm available to have right now. I don't have a lot of large tanks, and those large tanks already have large fish in them, so it just fits into my situation right now. And there's something special about it. I feel like I'd be doing something good by keeping a population, a colony of those fish. Well, thank you so much, Mike Wall. I really appreciate that compliment. Let's see. What are some of my favorite aquarium fish YouTubers here in the niche? Froglick28. Well, obviously, Corey McElroy, I really appreciate his content. I appreciate all of the information and knowledge that he likes to share. I do appreciate the fact that he is very humble and business-minded. And when he doesn't know something, he's very honest and says, you know what, I just don't know anything about that. I could direct you to this person who might have some information for you, but I don't really like people that just want to pull something out of there, and just come up with an answer for you to make it seem like they know something, they know everything, and have an answer to everything. I do appreciate the fact that he is honest and he admits when he doesn't know something, or he admits when he's wrong. That goes a long way with me. So Corey McElroy is definitely on the list there. Lucas Bretz, because I really do have a fondness for shrimp and shrimp breeding. He was award-winning shrimp breeder, Lucas Bretz, LR Bretz Aquatics. He's definitely there on the list. Obviously, Jimmy, Swisky Visions, just because, he is a fish keeper himself a little bit. He is in the hobby and part of the community, but I do admire his passion for filmmaking, for film editing, and he's definitely one of my mentors when it comes to cinematography, as well as the fish keeping niche. I do want to wrap this up because I want to go check out Jimmy's stream. For all of you that are in here, let's all make our way over to Swisky Vision to Jimmy's stream and go hang out with him. I think that'd be awesome. I don't want to miss that because he is making his way out of here in a couple of days to go on his vacation as well to Hawaii. So I say we all get out of here and we go check out Swisky Vision's stream. And yeah, I'm kind of tired of talking. My throat's starting to get a little sore. Let's see. Late to the live stream. Did the Peru fish get there on time? There was a little bit of technical difficulty with the fish. We're still going over the details and some information about that. So I can't really get into detail because I don't have all of the details at this point. But there will be some fish arriving eventually, and I look forward to sharing those with you guys when that does happen. All right, so thank you guys so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. I appreciate all of you out there that like, comment, and share my content. If you're not subscribed to this content, you're interested, you like it, you want to see more of my stuff, don't forget to go ahead and click on that subscribe button down below. Don't forget to hit that bell icon for all notifications. And I just appreciate all of your love, all of your support, and everything like that. And remember, guys, keep your tanks clean, your fish fed, and have fun.